One of the cookies that I got the most requests to make for this holiday season are snowballs, or Russian tea cookies, or Mexican wedding cookies. There's all kind of names for them, but they are absolutely delicious. This wasn't a normal thing that I had when I was growing up, or even a Christmas tradition for us, but with so many requests for it, I absolutely had to make them. I've had them before many times, but we haven't made them here, so here goes. I think I've come up with a great version with sugar and spice and everything nice, minus the sugar, of course. So you'll have to be the judge of these and tell me if they're everything nice, just the way that you like them. Let's do some snowballs on Southern Keto. Stick around. Y'all, this is a super simple recipe. I'm not even gonna put on my apron today, which I may end up regretting later, but it uses very little ingredients or techniques and very few kitchen tools. So less dishes. Now you do need to get yourself one of these. This is gonna make it a whole lot easier. No, I am totally kidding. I just like showing off tools. But enough about tools, let's just get started with this recipe. We'll start with a silver mixing bowl. I'm just gonna start with my old standbys. I'm gonna use 1.5 cups of almond flour. So 1/2 cup, and a full cup, and you saw how exact that was. Then I'm going with 1/2 cup of coconut flour. And if y'all have my keto flour mixed up, I'll put the recipe down in the description for how to make that with that keto flour also. But for those of you that haven't, this is for you. Then I'm going with 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum, 1/2 teaspoon of Redmond's real salt. And you can see I'm conserving dishes today, so I'm using that 1/4 teaspoon twice. Hope that math's right. And then just for the spice part, I promised you, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, or 2 of those. And then just a little pinch of nutmeg. I'd say maybe about 1/8 of a teaspoon there. Plus this little bit that's on the counter. There we go. And see, due to my precise measurements, I need to make sure that all that almond flour gets in here too. You know, because we weigh everything carefully here. Now, nothing too exciting here, just a little whiskey business. I'm just gonna whisk my dry ingredients together, trying to get those lumps and stuff out and avoiding sifting at all costs. Need an apron for my sleeves, I guess. So that's combined enough. And I know you thought you were gonna catch me slipping, but Old Yeller makes an appearance. And to Old Yeller, I got 2 sticks of butter softened. I went ahead and preheated my oven over there to 350 degrees too. Forgot to tell you that, but if you can get that to come out, put both sticks in here. Now I softened these in the microwave just for a couple minutes because I forgot to lay them out before I started. But if you soften them for about an hour at room temperature, that should be about fine. And then I've got my keto powdered sweetener right here. I'm gonna go in with 1/2 cup of that. And I'll put a link to this down in the description or up there in the corner if you haven't seen how to make this. It's just like the Magic Baker's confectioner or any of the confectioner's sweeteners that you can get out there, but it's about 1/3 of the price if you buy all the ingredients and make it. So that's why I use it. And of course, nothing sweet gets made around here without some beaver-free vanilla extract. So I'm going in with a teaspoon, and this is the good stuff. I only break this one out for special occasions. And y'all let me know down in the comments too if you want me to make some vanilla extract from scratch and show you how to do it, and we can kind of go through the process together because it's quite a long process, but we can all start together and it'll be finished together. Now I'm just gonna take my trusty old hand mixer and I'm gonna beat up this butter and this sweetener, and then I'll come back, show you what it looks like, and we'll put these cookies together. Yep, told you I was gonna regret not having that apron. So this is what it looks like when it's finished here, and we'll go ahead and add in our dry ingredients. Then the only other ingredient we're gonna need for these, I got a cup of pecans, and I'm gonna chop them up. Of course, you can do this however you want to, but I love this little slap chopper. It makes it super simple. You just want a nice fine chop on there. It's okay to have a few little big pieces, but you don't want too many. So this is gonna go inside the cookie, but you also don't want a flour. You want these nice little bits like this. If not, I would have just used more almond flour. So this is how big mine are right here. And you can see there's a few little big pieces in there or whatever, so just get them the way you're gonna like them. So I'm just gonna take these now and dump them right into Old Yeller. And try not to spill too many in the meantime. Not my finest effort, but not half bad either. Then I'm gonna pour a little bit of my dry in there. That's maybe about a third of it just to combine it all. And then y'all know how I like to do after that. I'll just dump the rest in once I kind of get it together a little bit. And we're gonna make a nice dough out of this. I won't bore you with all the details of that, but I'll show you what it looks like once I get done. And what I do is just kind of press it into itself like this until it forms a nice little dough. And now it's time to scoop them out onto this parchment paper lined baking pan. But let me get all the crumbs off that parchment paper first. That might have been some pizza. If y'all watched my thumbprint cookie video, this is the same size little baller that I used in that. Want to be a baller?
Wanna be a baller, shot caller, 20-inch blades on the Impala.
Now I just kind of form them up into little circles like that, so they're all about the same size. Press them so they stick together. Just put them out like that. If they happen to fall apart a little bit like that, that's fine. Just give them a little roll. I'm gonna put them all out onto this paper first and then roll them all up together. And for those of you that are familiar with regular baking, this dough is not gonna feel like your regular old dough. But that's fine. You see how it looks? You see it kind of crumbles apart a little bit. You're just gonna take your pieces, put them back in place like that, roll it up, and they're gonna turn out just fine. I'll roll out the rest of these and I'll be right back to show you what to do next. So because of my precise measuring techniques, this recipe is gonna make 17 1/4 cookies. Now I guess you could go back in and add a little bit to each one if you want to, but I'm just gonna taste that right there. That's gonna be my vig to start with. You know, if the sweetening's not right, it's really too late to do anything about that. But don't worry, they're gonna be sweeter anyway. I'll show you that in just a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these in the oven for 15 minutes. It may take a little bit longer than that. It may take a little bit less, but I'm gonna check the bottoms of them. You want the tops to be about the same color, but the bottoms are what we're looking at. I want those to be a little bit brown. We'll check on you in a little bit, little fellas. So these have been in the oven for 15 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and take them out, bring them over and show you what they look like. Oh man, those look just about perfect. You don't want them to be brown all over, just in little sections like that. And the main thing you want to check, and I know this is going to be hot, but your bottom should be nice and brown like that. I'm going to leave these alone for 10 minutes. I'm going to keep checking them. You want to make sure they're still a little bit warm because we're going over for a little dip in this sweetener pool. And then we'll put them on the plate and then we're going to eat these bad boys. See y'all in about 10 minutes. Well, actually, due to the magic of YouTube, I'll probably see you about now. So now that these have cooled a little bit, I'm gonna take them out and I'm gonna put them right over here. Just kind of gently roll them around like that. Take a little spoon, go over the top with it, however you wanna do it. Many ways to snow a ball.
Tell us about them.
Just get the part that's gonna stick and put them over on a plate. We're gonna let them cool completely and then we'll come back and do this one more time just for a little extra snowiness. So I'll get all these done. I'll see you back in just a minute. So after you get them all done, this is what they're gonna look like right here. And see how they kind of absorb in a little bit of that sweetener? That's gonna form like a little glaze around them. And then we'll go in for another dipping as soon as these are completely cool. So I'll see you in just a minute. So after these have completely cooled, just take them out. They're a little bit sticky. You just powder them up one more time, just like this. and you got yourself a proper snowball. Now y'all, I'm a little bit sad about this, but this is gonna be my last Christmas cookie video this year. Thank y'all for all your suggestions. That's how I came up with these cookies I did this year. So please leave me a comment down there and let me know what you want me to make for next year. But now let's give one of these bad boys a try. This right here is ridiculous. That's what it looks like on the inside. I think you are absolutely gonna love these. Now that was my last Christmas cookie video, but I didn't say I didn't have more great Christmas stuff coming out for you. I'm gonna finish this up, and if you wanna watch another Christmas video, try checking this one out right here. This don't make no sense.